Hey y'all, so today I have another 12 by 12 layout, and this one is going to be a bit different. I'm using a watercolor palette, just a very cheap one from Michaels. I think it's Artist Loft if I'm not mistaken. Um, and I'm just mixing colors. I'm not doing any type of fade or anything. I'm just doing blues and greens and trying to blend them in the best way I possibly can. And I'm not doing this in any technique or anything like that. Just going with a simple brush and not, my goal is so that it's not perfect. This is going to be a very simple layout. I'm not using a lot of paper. I'm seriously only matting my paper and then maybe using a couple of clips from a couple of cutouts from the Amy Tangerine. But other than that, I really wanted this to focus on the watercoloring, and I wanted it to be very different than what I'm used to. If you watch my other videos, I do a lot of I use a lot of paper for the most part, and I do a lot of layering, and this is going to be very different. Very simple, very easy. So I'm using a Studio Calico. I want to say it's like Circle Graph. I could be making that up. I really don't know, but it's a mask, and it's pretty easy to find. I think I got mine possibly from Hobby Lobby, maybe, and because I didn't spray it, and I'm gonna talk really fast because I know it's going fast. I'm so sorry, but I did not spray it because I wanted it to have a subtle look, and if I would have sprayed it, it would have gotten white all over where the watercolor is. So I just used it more of a stamp than I did a mask. So you'll see here, I'm starting to punch out different colors of greens and blues in the hearts. And I'm going to sew those down. I'm really sorry, my sewing machine's big and it's not on my table where I craft or where I do my scrapbooking. So I don't film sewing. At some point I will, I promise. But I think you guys basically I just want to show it for the texture. I don't really think I need to show the fact that I sew some of this stuff down. But I'll make sure to show you guys like the after effect in here in a second. I'll show the hearts and the clouds that I sew down. So I'm using a little tiny bit of glue or tape runner to adhere those hearts down, and then I'm going to take it to the sewing machine here in a second. But first I'm going to use find some blues and greens in my washi collection, and then I will, I'll kind of just do that very imperfect, no technique again. And the reason I chose blues and greens, and here's where I did the sewing, so I'll show you guys. I cannot believe it didn't show up for very long. I really felt like I showed it. I think it's just because it's skipping a little bit. But you see I sewed the hearts down and I sewed the cloud down. And then I stamped one of those stamps from the dollar section at Michael's as well. And then adding a little bit more washi. But the reason I chose blues and greens was because obviously my bathing suit is blue, has some blue and green. Sorry, I got distracted. Has some blue and green in it. And the theme of the layout is just, and you'll see here through the title, it's Be You, and I'll write about that here in a second. And just, I basically say that I'm trying, the picture is a good example of just being yourself and not being so worried about what you look like and how people view you, because that's not what's important. So I write about that a little bit, and I won't go on a tangent or anything like that, but I just wanted to show that. And I did make some lines with my ruler so that I'd get some straight lines for my journaling. I'm really not going to add a whole lot more to this layout. It's going to be pretty simple. Of course, I have to bust out the tiny text letters, and those are Cosmo Cricket, I believe. And then I will pull some enamel dots from Basic Gray. And I'm looking through some other stuff just to see if there's anything. And this is just stuff that I use more often, and it's newer. So my older stuff gets kind of shoved to the side, and I don't look at it for a while. And then when I clean, I finally probably will look at it. This is my Mind's Eye, just like a banner label, and I'm going to put the date from when this picture was taken. And if I can get the date ready, I will stamp it. I'm going to stamp it in black, just Memento black ink. And then I'm just going to fix the 6th. It's supposed to say November 16th. And add some Studio Calico arrows and other embellishments. Even those are just stickers that I bought online. And I think I got those from, not Two Peas in a Bucket. I got them from Simon Says Stamp, I think. And then I'm using mint green color shine, which does not look mint to me at all. I think when you use it as a watercolor, it's more mint, but when you spray it, it's not. And then I also used Carbon Copy October Afternoon. And this is going to complete the layout once I'm done putting these enamel dots. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks again, and hope you guys have a great weekend.